Chat, here we go. We have a nice best of 5 today with Dark and Renshiro. Dark, of course, the player you have certainly heard of before, the Saudi Arabian dashing, pogoing maniac. Renshiro is maybe the guy you haven't heard of, but you're going to hear of today. I think it's a debut as far as show matches go. I was just talking about how he has, first off, slotted the top right shot to start the game, but also he's played in on my YouTube channel via ranked games, if not also from maybe playing in tournament qualifiers and stuff. Renshiro been around, top 100 type 1s player in and out, and we'll see how he does today against Dark. When I messaged Renshiro saying, do you want to play in this match, he said he had an opposite playstyle to Dark, so it should be very interesting. And we've had Dark play against players with opposite playstyles. I think the most notable one was when he played against Flakes. Everybody felt like that was the biggest clashing of playstyles you could ever see. So we'll see if it happens again here with Renshiro. One thing that isn't clashing is that both these guys are in the Octane, which you don't see as much nowadays. That touch from Renshiro wasn't much of anything. So Dark gonna get his first goal. Oscar, thank you for the Prime, the 2 months of Prime. Pogo or we riot? Yeah, I think that's always what the chat is hoping for whenever there's a Pogo match. Sorry, a Pogo match, a Dark match, not a Pogo match. This Dark goes air dribble the whole distance of the field. Dark has moved his way into the top 100. For those of you that have been watching, you know, Dark's streams or watching just Dark's rank, because I bet you there are people out there who are doing that, you know that Dark is grinding up a little bit. He has been playing, like back when we did Dark Week a week ago, or a couple weeks ago, he was playing in the 1400s, and he has moved his way up into the 1500s, into the top 100, right around at the bottom. Of course, Dark has been able to move high in the top 100s before. I believe Renshiro has as well. So it should be a fairly equal matchup. Dark was streaming earlier today at 1 a.m. my time. I think it was a bit more of a reasonable time on his time, as he falls back down into this dribble, trying to keep it in the air despite having fallen 3/4 of the entire arena before stopping it. Dark setting up a wall to air dribble now. Slowing down with 36 boost. How is he going to find a way to get all the way to the net? The answer is he's not going to. Has to drop it down early. Renshiro counterattack, and it should be a 4-1 lead. Renshiro losing this kickoff into the orange half. Dark actually diving in deep, stealing the back corner boost. See Renshiro trying to be patient. One of the issues that Dark has had in recent show matches has been diving in all the way to the back wall and not being able to cover his net. He's not one to want to slow down the play as he chains dashes in the corner. Renshiro, a really strong first touch, actually. Thought for sure he was going to have boost. Definitely a mistake to make that strong of a touch if there's no boost left over. Dark has a reset. Wave dash catch. Wants a goal line 50. And did not protect this well enough. Should be a counterattack goal. No, Renshiro misses wide. So instead of 5-1, it is just 4-1. Dark quick recovery in order to steal his own back corner boost. I say steal because it seemed like Renshiro was for sure going to take it from him. Dark ground double too high over the backboard, but wisely pulls off the ball. Recognizes that he wants as soft a touch as possible so that it can tap off the backboard and the follow-up could go in his favor. Renshiro not able to tag a bump on Dark, which maybe also could have bought him a bit of time. Renshiro kickoff goal. Back to a 3-goal lead. Dark is crafty on the kickoffs often this time around. Unable to win the standard kickoff. Gonna go right back to what he did before. A flip from the center of the ball to the right. Not getting a good enough face on the ball, but it's okay. This time he does recover. Stops it from being an immediate goal. And this shot across the net is saved. If you haven't watched Dark recently, I don't know if this was necessarily how he played it in the past, but how he's been playing defense now is he prefers to swing across the net at max speed, which means he will stay out of the net for a really long time, leave it open, leave it available, try and bait you into a shot, and then look to see if he can intercept it with power It is a very risky defensive style, and that really shouldn't come as a surprise if you've watched any Dark. The fact that he's taken risks, and Renshiro going to force in another kickoff goal. Right now, Dark's comeback in this game 1 has been stopped by the kickoff. Every time he gets a little bit of an edge, it gets taken away. He's going to go steal Renshiro's boost. The dashing just barely makes it so he wins, and then a great power shot. Dark always finds ways to take advantage of his crazy dashing. It didn't even seem like Renshiro was ready for it. He gets bumped up into the air and then plays completely on 0 after recovering. No boost left over. And then a perfectly placed shot. Renshiro, again, not going to be allowed to grab his own back corner boost. Can he punish? Doesn't seem like he will. He'll take Dark's boost instead. Dark wanted to be the one to punish this time around, but it's not going to happen. He went for a really powerful touch into the corner. I'm thinking he's expecting a strong bounce out midfield, or hoping for that at least, so that he can get it around Renshiro and score. Instead, it plays right into Renshiro's car, and he is going to be able to control it for a goal. Dark just always using boost at every moment. You know, he has 20 left over. You think it's a position in which a player might try and start to save, but Dark just keeps the button glued down and looks to figure it out later. And he's done a great job of getting himself an open net that he missed wide. And he didn't just slightly miss it, he missed it by a large margin. And I'm not sure he could get away with that in this game number 1 and still come out on top. Dark again baiting that shot into the net, able to make a save with speed. That delayed flip is not going to be enough to get any movement and hit a goal. Is he going to go for the angle right now? He is. Wanted to go top left, but it was so clearly off target that Renshiro was able to give up on the save and just go grab the corner boost and end that attack. So with the time winding down, Renshiro was off to an early lead in this game at 1.41. Since then, it's been back and forth, but no ground has been gained back. But game number 1 goes to Renshiro. Game number 2. Dark was dashing his way back to the corner because he thought that's where Renshiro was going to be taking the ball. But Renshiro actually missed his touch and then set up Dark the other way. So definitely not the best start to the game for Renshiro, and maybe exactly what Dark needed to get off on the right foot after he could not climb his way back. Another kickoff goal. Renshiro actually got a touch, but just puts it off the post and in. So it's a quick 2 for Dark. Renshiro rolling the ball away off kickoff. Not the best idea against a guy like Dark, who's going to go the distance, this time with boost. Renshiro is able to get the save. The counterattack is just slightly off target. He maybe could have dove there, but Dark did get a touch on the ball, so probably would have been a mistake. Dark also often has surprising speed, which is a good reason not to try and test him on it. As he tries to recover now, there is Renshiro again, trusting that Dark has the recovery. Now Dark with boost, this time from the midfield. Has one reset, there's a second, and despite placing it high, Renshiro has it covered, so the defense has been solid. Dark's recovery prevents the counterattack. Now he's right back on the ball. He wants to set up another wall to air dribble on the left side. Renshiro has done well shadowing against Dark, which doesn't always work, but it's been working so far, so why not stick to it? The double reset leaves Dark out of boost and out of recovery this time. So Renshiro able to play out of his own net really right now and do just fine as he gets his first goal of game 2. Renshiro bumped, gonna have to make a first save on just pads, and now Dark going to try and pin him back as best he can. Couple pad pickup for Renshiro, but he swung out of the nets, and Dark will capitalize. Renshiro throwing the nice one. Just smart 1v1. Dark should have another first possession. He sees Renshiro approaching in the midfield. He actually takes it away to the back corner. Wave dash, pinch on the wall to start this dribble. Has the reset, looking top left, and Renshiro makes a save again. Renshiro has the reads on Dark's aerials. Can he do it on 5 boost as well, though? Fortunately for him, it doesn't seem like Dark has much of a plan with this shot, but I take it back. He finds his way to get to the net, and Dark actually does the right thing, which is not bring the ball to Renshiro. Renshiro's on 0 boost. He needs that distance to be closed for him, and then he can maybe make a save, even with just his double jump. But Dark never brings it to him. Just backs off and takes the shot late after hitting the ground. Now Dark almost just pinched that ball in his net. It's going to float in front, but he should be the only one back in time. Now Dark didn't like his setup. Will wave dash catch it in order to reset on boost. Chasing Renshiro down now. That's actually the creative 50. A nice read from Dark that Renshiro is taking up the side wall. And now he has Renshiro in a really tough position. Immediate shot. Looking to capitalize on Renshiro swinging out of net, but the reaction times from the Finnish player has been there so far. Dark, just with speed, is going to be able to convert. These guys playing at the midfield at maximum velocity. Renshiro slowed down for a second, and Dark able to get over the top of him. Dark seems to have won the majority of kickoffs, and the scoreline has reflected that so far in Game 2. Demo onto Dark. Now Renshiro from the corner has the reset, drops it directly on top of Dark. Need to try and see if he can take it to that opposite corner, get Dark off the back wall. Oh, dashing shot. Does not catch Renshiro off guard. There have been close opportunities that Dark has played fairly unorthodox that you might think Renshiro would be out of position. Renshiro has covered it, and now Dark dashing his way on the back wall to try and make a save. He pre-jumped this one, and the backflip couldn't save it. Renshiro tried a little camera check. See what Dark was up to. Dark loves those wall pinches to start his dribbles. This time, though, and let the ball fall back down to the ground. And a great catch to place the ball right at the top of the net again. It seemed like it was going to be a low play, but Dark gets the reset and is dashing in quickly back into the ball. It seems like his car never even fully came down. Renshiro can't react, so 6-2, a good bounce back game for Dark. There is that madness that is the wall dashing Dark as he tries to sneak in the quick shot. And the pre-jumps haven't been working for him. Renshiro's been able to shoot past Dark floating in the air. And he'll do it again. He needs a few more. He wants to bring it back. But really, the problem for him now is that Dark has been controlling just about every kickoff, which makes it nearly impossible to come back. Dark getting on ball before it seems he has a full idea of how he could attack with this. Instead, it is Renshiro again capitalizing on a long shot. He is noticing that Dark is putting himself out of position. Dark trying to go to ceiling height. It's actually insane that Dark got pretty close. He dashed onto the ceiling to try and recover to that one. 30 seconds. This is a really crucial game for Dark. I don't think he can afford to control it for this long and hand it over to Renshiro. He has to equalize the series here. Back wall dribble. As long as he's in control of the ball, he should be in good shape. There's the pogo for the fans in the final moments. The double pogo! Oh, it gets stopped. Renshiro, he doesn't want to have it. He refuses to get double pogoed in the final seconds. Instead, he's going to try and show off a bit of his own. And he does get a goal on the fake flick. Game number 2, though, going to Dark all the same. Renshiro maybe lost the game, but at least got out of it without getting clipped on. Game number 3. Renshiro scoring almost exclusively from long shots with Dark out of position, but one of the reasons why is because Dark got to be on offense the whole way. Renshiro not winning any kickoffs in game number 2, it felt like. I'm sure if he could clean that part of his game up, we'll see a much closer battle, although that one did end up fairly close. Renshiro scoring at the last second to make it a 1-goal game. Dark, no demo, but does get the boost. Dropping this dribble down early. And Dark is certainly the most threatening player to bring dribbles down to the ground outside the net because of that pogo. Because of how controlled he is. How he can set up almost anything at any time. Dark going crazy with the speed, but Renshiro keeping his wits about him. Not reacting too hard, and actually might even get a counterattack goal. No, Dark is going to be the one to recover and save this time. Can he make a save on 0 boost? He wants to punish Renshiro for the high pop, but the patience pays off. He tried to get the reverse challenge, but all Renshiro has to do is go for a 50, even if that goes slightly favorably for Dark. It's 76 boost for Renshiro. Most likely the follow-up is his. A double jump on 0 boost has to be the strongest clear possible if you're Dark. Renshiro tried to use the early reset. Dark still able to intercept. Dark always seems to creep out a little bit farther than your standard ones player in order to pick up boost. Such a boost-reliant playstyle that he has found ways to get away with leaving the net open just a little bit longer. Now, a really strong first touch on the dribble. The wave dash shots is just underneath the crossbar. And he is trying to work his way through Renshiro, who has done a great job at shadow defending Dark's aerial gameplay so far. But to be fair, none of those shots coming out with the kind of speed that Dark just put on that one. That is not a shot that you're going to be reacting to on the goal line. You have to pre-jump. You have to predict. As soon as you start doing that, Dark will hit you with the fakes. Dark leaning back for the reset in the corner as he tries to put this behind Renshiro, it seems. Just hoping for him to swing through the nets. Is Dark going to be able to turn this first touch into something? You know, it seems like a really tough position to play from, but Dark has proven to make almost any setup work. That being said, this time around he does just boom the ball away. Now he'll start again from the back wall. Looking to go the distance. He wants the pogo shot. Renshiro, he knew before the series started, before anybody who plays Dark probably already knows, you need to watch out for the pogos, and so he challenges high, much higher than you otherwise would, in order to make sure you connect on that pogo shot. Renshiro, can he punish the way lots of people have punished Dark? No, it's just barely wide. Again, Dark wall dashing his way into the corner, being a pest, forcing the opposition to try for those long shots. Sometimes it results in possessions for him like this. Although this shot's going to come far out of the net. Renshiro has to save, but does hit into the post, which means Dark might be able to capitalize now, and he will. Awkward recovery for Renshiro. Is able to work his way up to 50 boost, but in the process leaves the net open. You can see that wide swing there at the end. Dark just continues the dribble, takes the lead. Renshiro trying to recover to this shot. Can't do it as Dark wins the possession into the corner. Dashes his way towards the wall, and no, he has those reads instantly. Dark Throwing in a couple dashes for flavor, it would seem, as he starts this dribble. Using a ton of boost before the setup leaves him without much left over. Still gets a decent shot out of it. Big challenge again and again until Renshiro finally gives him the ball. Allows him to go to work from the back corner. Thinking back into this one. The pogo shot is saved. I think Dark is flipping out of that one just to recover quicker. The shot does come before the flip on that pogo. Nice read of Renshiro's challenge. Can he get the demo? He does, but Renshiro got enough on the ball. So even though Dark played it around him, it was quick thinking from Renshiro that kept him from getting scored on. Dark the resets, and he will pop it over the top of Renshiro. We saw it from the defense's perspective. Dark getting right underneath the ball and getting so much pop. I mean, it's no speed at all. That's not what matters. What matters is making the defender miss. He does exactly that to make it 4-1. Dark going to make it 5-1 as he bumps Renshiro. The kickoff game maybe still slightly in favor of Dark. Big kickoff works beautifully. Dark actually making a touch from the ceiling down to the ground, often ending air dribbles, but he gets down there to start another one quickly. Now 50 seconds. If Renshiro wants to entertain the idea of winning game 3, this needs to be a goal. As Dark comes diving in. Renshiro with the boost steal, and Dark cannot get back to this one. He baited Renshiro by popping this ball directly in front of his net. He was hoping that the wave dash on the back wall would allow him to recover the ball and clear it. If it had worked out the way he wanted to, he might have even been able to take it away for a goal, but it seems like his angle was off. He was slightly ahead of the ball. Dark kickoff win and a flick. So this is kind of how game number 1 went, where Renshiro got the lead, and then anytime anything happened for Dark, it was a kickoff goal to secure it. Now it's the same, but with Dark in the lead. Dark dashing back to this ball. Still not quick enough to beat a shadowing Renshiro. Renshiro can't even really afford to take his time on this dribble. Has to shoot quickly. Goes to the ceiling and sends it down. I mean, Dark played into his hands. He needed a quick shot, and by Dark going up so high, it allowed what would be, you know, the simplest quick shot, which is just a power shot down to the ground. Exactly what can actually work. Dark needed to get him to delay that dribble as long as possible, but because he doesn't win this kickoff, it's not going to matter. GG is going to be Dark up 2-1 with a couple chances to take the match. Game number 4. Dark with a kickoff win. Try and start the game off the right foot, and even though he didn't score initially, he gets it around Renshiro off the post. Want to watch from Renshiro's perspective here. Dark just held onto that flip so long. Another kickoff in favor of Dark. That has really been maybe the biggest reason why Dark's been able to turn this all around. That first game was so tough for him on the kickoffs. These power shots on the dashes have been the answer to the way Renshiro's been trying to defend. That was an opportunity to take the ball, but Renshiro, all series long, has stuck to his strategy of reacting to Dark. Now, normally that's like the worst idea to do to Dark, as he is so effective when you give him space and time, but also it's really hard to play quicker than him too. So it's just a unique gameplay in general when you're playing against Dark. You certainly can't play him like you do anybody else. But right now, Dark has found the answer to the shadow defense from Renshiro. Those power shots off the bounce, giving him a lot of success. He's going to win another kickoff possession, and he's going to dash his way up the side wall as he sees Renshiro turning in, and it's going to be off the crossbar, back down and in. So a great adjustment to Renshiro, who is definitely not going to shadow this time, but did not expect Dark to come screaming out of that corner as fast as he did, and that's for good reason. I don't think very many players, other than Dark, are as controlled with those dashes in the corner. Dark has multiple resets, and he gets it past Renshiro, so Renshiro was eating these up earlier in the series. Now all of a sudden, Dark has found the answer to get that just a bit of extra power that prevents those saves. Renshiro dropping this one around Dark. Gonna get a second goal before this one gets out of hand. Dark given space. He's going to go for his pogo. It's a classic Dark shot, but he misses wide. He was having to do it so close to the net. Not easy to avoid a defender in that type of situation. And so in order to do so, he ended up missing slightly wide. Dark has the 100 boost. Shiro is not going to have a lot of options here at a disadvantage, and now Dark will take it away from where Renshiro setting up defensively. Fell ahead of this ball. And of course it's Dark, so he will be turning back on the ball at 0 boost. Fortunately for him, he forced a 50 high into the air. If that one didn't go to ceiling height, I mean, it would have been a Renshiro goal with ease. Dark speed has always been his tool that he refuses to not use. Renshiro had a great goal line save there. Dark early resets, early use of the boost. Should just result in a Renshiro possession. Dark throwing Renshiro off. You can see reacting to a potential fake challenge there early. Renshiro being forced to play quicker than I think he would like to. But now has a big boost advantage. Placing this ball high. Popping it again as a way to try and keep Dark from being able to make a play, but Dark gets enough of a touch and wins this 50 into the orange corner. Renshiro camera check, sees Dark chasing him down. Can he get the counterattack? Just barely can't. And it feels like an open net miss, but it really isn't. When you have Dark chasing from behind you, you have to play so quick. And if you line it up for even a moment, you might get scored on. Nice recovery from Renshiro. He went for the demo. Dark dodged it. And Renshiro swung around for the save, but he got a little bit ahead of himself. It seems like he's starting to try and play Dark's game at breakneck speeds, and that's just going to play into Dark's hands. He wants you trying to outspeed him. He wants you trying to make as quick as possible aerial shots. That's where he controls the game. Tone, thank you for the prime for 6 months. Tell you what, this doesn't hurt. Direct kickoff goals are not a bad way to keep yourself in the game. Big kickoff for Dark as he gets himself a clean possession from the back corner. Decides not to use anything, and that might be the right result. No, Renshiro back down on the ground. Covers the second attempt. Renshiro staying close, forcing Dark to start a dribble again, all the way from the back wall, but Dark will gladly do it. A high pogo bounce, late use of the flip, and Renshiro does cover it. So he said at the beginning of the series, don't pogo on me. So far, he has been able to keep Dark from doing that. I mean, Dark has pogoed, but never for a goal. Dark punishing Renshiro for trying to be too quick. There's Renshiro dropping the nice one. I want to see from his perspective. Didn't have faith that Dark was going to chip that ball away. Renshiro looking top left. Dark first save. The recovery is enough. Had more momentum. Able to push it into the orange half. Now sandwiching with the ceiling. Down to a pogo. He finally got it. He's been looking for it all game. Renshiro specifically did not want to get pogoed on, but Dark found his way to get his pogo shot. That's a high bounce, too. You know, the fans were waiting for it as well. Renshiro actually watched the replay with me. 33 seconds. Dark finding his stride in these past few games. And now he's looking to style like he often does. You watch him play in ranked as well. If he feels like he has the game controlled, he starts looking for as many creative shots as possible. Well, with 15 seconds left to go, it's not impossible for Renshiro to bring it back. Oh, wait. Dark his own goal? He did! Renshiro won this kickoff and then missed really wide, but Dark said, here, let me help you. Let me help you. I'll boom it into the bottom corner. 12 seconds left. Another kickoff for Renshiro. Another potential goal. But no, Dark recovers for this one, and that was essential. That was ending the game right there. Even if Renshiro does score here, which it does seem like he will, or actually won't, so it'll hit ground. So GG's. Dark found his pogo. It took him the whole series to do it. But he'll win against Renshiro. 3-1.